Good day everyone. I am Jerick Cabadonga from 84A and welcome to this video. And in this video we're going to tackle about chapter 6 and nakapaloob dito is sizes and dimensions, ceiling heights, airspace, requirements, and size of rooms for human habitations. So let's begin. In the first page, sizes and dimensions. So the sizes and dimensions, minimum sizes of courts and yards, and their least dimensions shall be governed by the use. Type of construction and heights of the building as the provider here under provided that the minimum horizontal dimension of said courts and yards shall be not less than 2.0 meters. All inner courts shall be connected to a street or yard, either by a passageway with a minimum width of 1.20 meter by door through a room for rooms. So, sabi is the usage self of construction and height of the structure must all be taken into considerations when determining the minimum measurements and sizes of site and sizes of courts and yards. All inner court must be connected to a street or yard by a pathway with a minimum width of 120 meters according to this. And the minimum horizontal dimensions of said courts and yard must be no less than 2.00 meters. So hindi siya 1.50 meters, hindi siya 1 meters, it is 2.00 meters. So to maximize light and ventilations, the requisite open space must be positioned entirely or distributed throughout the lot. So kailangan maximize siya within the light and ventilation. So para hindi siya less position, kailangan ma-space siya open space. Ganun. So that's for sizes and dimensions. Then the next slide is the pictures below shows the different setbacks of a building. So in column A, the picture says that the setback is situated in front and behind the business structure, and it can also be applied in residential constructions. In this In the seatbacks example, it can serve as the box parking lot for the business building in alternative locations. So that's for the column A. Then the next one is the next pictures, letter B. Since the seatbacks are connected in this example, so the natural air for ventilation will always come from the open area in front of the building. Then small commercials and residential buildings can both use the simple setbacks. Then next slides, you have letter C and D. So the letter C is the business building. In this illustration, has setbacks in both the front and the back. So naka-setback siya in both front and back. So para mas madaling makapasok yung mga sasakyan doon. And the next one slide is the image demonstrate how the seatback only provides ventilation where it is positioned and is really inside the business structure. And this is frequently created to add style to the building. So para mas madali siyang um, dagdagan ng panibagong style or to enhance yung mismong style para mas mukha siyang maganda sa mata ng mga tao. Then, that's all for the setbacks of a building types. Then, the next one is, ito yung example ng setback na napapalibutan ng ventilations which is open area siya. So, ito is nakakadagdag ng ganda sa isang building. So, para makapag-rest yung mga tao, ganyan. So, that's the example of seat pack. The next one is sizes and dimension of courts. For one or two story buildings, each court must have a minimum width of 2.0 meters. However, this can be decreased to not less than 1.50 meters in cluster housing units such quadruplexes and row houses and the like, with adjacent courts with an area of not less than 3 square meters. So, the minimum width of the or side court must be increased by 300 or millimeters for every additional story in building taller than 2 stories up to a maximum of 14 stories. And that's for the first picture. So the second picture says that design with a minimum height clearance of 400 millimeters or above the roof. The firewall must have a minimum 2 hour fire resistance rating para hindi siya masyadong mainit sa loob. Then, the ceiling heights. Ceiling heights. All habitable rooms provided with artificial ventilation shall have ceiling heights not less than 2.40 meters from the ceilings. So, ceiling heights must be at least 2.40 meters from the floor in all living rooms with artificial ventilations. So, ceiling heights for building with more than one story. A single story with a minimum height of 2.70 meters. Then, 2.40 meter is required for the second story. And succeeding stories must have a minimum headroom clearance of 2.10 meters. Clear ceiling heights on mezzanine floors must be at least 1.80 meters above and under it. So that's for ceiling heights. Then the next one is size and dimension of rooms. So room must have the following minimum sizes and minimum horizontal dimensions, which is we have example we have three example of it, and this is rooms for human habitations, kitchen, bath, and toilet. In first one, spaces for human habitations must be have 6.00 square meters with a minimum size of 2.00 meters. Then the next one is a kitchen. In this one, 3 square feet are dedicated to the kitchens. So meters with a minimum size of 1.50 meters. Kailangan siya na 1.50 meters. So the last one is bath toilet, and bathroom and toilet must be have a 1.20 square meters with a minimum width and height of 900 millimeters. Then for this, the size of rooms is determined by the amount of airspace needed. So that's for size and dimension of rooms. So the next one is air, airspace requirements in determining the size of the rooms. The first, we have three example of it. It is school rooms, offices, factories, and habitable rooms. So the first one is A. Mm, School room must have 3.00 CUM with 1.00 square meters per person floor yon. Space in meters. So the second one of is office factories and workshops provide 12,000 cubic meters of airspace per persons and meters of airspace per person. And last one is habitable rooms. In habitable rooms must we have 14,000 cu per person meters of airspace. So that's all for today, and thank you for listening, and God bless. So see you in the next recording. That's all. Thank you.